Revenger211 says, I tapped into the hidden job market before, but it always felt opportunistic, like I'm using said person to land a job, so I felt weird about doing it. What is and isn't appropriate when networking? Keep your pants on, no physical violence, no rings that buzz when you shake someone's hands, and no squirting bow ties. I think we can all agree on that. Now, beyond that, imagine if someone came to you and said, like, I did try to apply for a job once. Like someone who hasn't had a job in 10 years. They said, you say, well, why haven't you applied for a job? And they say, well, you know what? I did once try to apply for a job, but they said no. So I concluded that it's just pointless. What would you say to that person? I think most people would say, well, you obviously gave up too soon. I mean, just because you tried once and failed, it doesn't mean that you should abandon the whole effort. That effort will lead you to a job, but you're going to get rejected several times first, right? Well, hello, networking is exactly like that. Like you can try it. And if you don't succeed, in the beginning, it's like, does that mean it's all pointless? Of course not. If you don't believe me, like once again, let's do this again here. Okay, so is networking a legitimate way to get jobs? How many people get jobs through networking? Okay, yes, networking is not only legitimate, it's the number one way people actually get hired. Now, you can read the rest of it, okay? 70 to 85% of all jobs are filled through networking. Okay, so like, go do your own research, don't take my word for anything. Don't take ChatGPT's word for anything. Go and do your own research on this. Maybe it's worth redoubling your efforts and learning a bit more of how this stuff works, okay? So it starts with the idea that networking is simply people talking to other people or people communicating with other people. It can be done online. It can be done virtually, right? This is why it's great for introverts. You might not feel comfortable like knocking on someone's door and trying to sell them something, but you might be comfortable sending messages or posting in forums or doing things online, sending emails, right? Especially if it's a situation where you're not expecting necessarily to hear back unless the person is interested. That's even better. You don't have any rejection communications, that we all love so much. So that's what networking is. You don't have to know people in advance. Things like we talked about earlier this stream, like direct outreach, that's where you don't know anyone, but you find the employers around you, physically located near where you live, within, say, commuting distance, that have potential to hire people like you. Say you have a degree in engineering. Well, let's find all the engineering companies that are located near you, right? Let's use LinkedIn to find the hiring managers or the decision makers within those employers, and let's contact them. Let's send them a message. Are they on LinkedIn? If they're on LinkedIn, then you can connect with them over LinkedIn. You can communicate to them, and you can say, hey, I'm here. I have an engineering degree. I solved this problem. I'm great at doing this. If ever you're looking for someone to do that for your firm, please let me know. I know about you guys. I know you guys do exciting work in this area. I'd love to work with you or work for you. Have yourself a great day, something like that. Now, most people just playing the odds are not hiring right this second. But statistically, you'll find that some people are. Even if it's just like 5% of all those firms, they might be hiring someone like you right now. And you just fell right into their lap, right? Like your message just arrived right at the right time when that hiring manager realized, I got to hire somebody. And then bam, they get your message. And they're thinking like, hey, if this person works out, that could save me a lot of time and effort. Because quite frankly, I don't like having to hire someone. I don't like sitting in rounds of job interviews. I don't like dealing with recruiters and writing job descriptions and crap like that. I got my actual job to do. This is all like extra crap on top of it. You know what I'm saying? If we could just find someone good that works out and I get along with great, can we just skip to that, please? That's what they're looking for, right? So if your message lands right in their lap right then, it can really work out. That's one thing in the world of networking. Like direct outreach is one method of several. So learn about this stuff. It's great for introverts because you can do a lot of this stuff on the internet. You don't need to be in person. You don't need to know anyone ahead of time. I encourage you. It's not opportunistic other than in the sense that you're saying, hey, I can do this for you. Do you need someone to do that? Now, if that feels opportunistic or it feels slimy or underhanded in some way, then I don't know, that might be a problem with your perception, because all you're doing is you're just saying, listen, you're being honest. You're saying, listen, I'm here and I have these skills and I'd like to work for someone who can use these skills. Now, if that's you, let's talk. You know, I don't think there's anything underhanded about that. I think that's something perfectly honest, and it's certainly more forthright. It feels a lot better than some of the stuff you're asked to do when you go through recruiters and some of the things you have to be subjected to there. So, but I encourage you to learn all you can about this stuff. If direct outreach isn't to your liking, there's many other things. So check it out.